video, I'm going to be sharing with you my February Vitacost haul. In this haul, I have a few new products that I've never used before, and then some that I buy every month. So let's get on with it. I'll start with the ones that I buy every month. These hint waters. I have just recently started buying these. This is the second month that I have bought them, and I've really been enjoying these hint waters. As many of you know, I do have a very, very sensitive stomach. I have gastritis, which is like the beginnings of an ulcer, and I've had it for years. And for a long time, I can go periods of time where it doesn't really bother me at all, and then there's other periods of time when it's really bothering me a lot. And I've been having a lot of problems with my stomach ever since ever since my dogs died, honestly, because stress is another thing. It just aggravates my stomach. And I found that I can't drink anything with carbonation in it at all. I can drink coffee, but not every single day, and I cannot drink anything with carbonation in it. It will give me instant heartburn, and I'll just feel instantly sick. So that's why I've started buying these hint waters. And as the name of them suggests, there's just a hint of flavor and no carbonation, and it's just water. It's just a step above a plain old bottle of water, but I do enjoy one a day, or one every couple of days I'll have one. So I got 4 of the pineapple and 4 of the green apple. Well, it's just called crisp apple. I found these two have the most flavor, and I get the watermelon flavor from Kroger. That and blackberry are the only flavors that my local store carries, and I don't care for the blackberry flavor that much. So I get these from Vitacost, and then I get the watermelon flavor from Kroger. Another staple that I always buy from Vitacost is the organic brown gravy mix. I do often buy the chicken flavor as well, but I still have plenty of that in my cupboard, so I didn't buy any of the chicken flavor this month. I just got the brown gravy, and I got 4 packages of the brown gravy. It's just very helpful in a pinch if you need to add more flavoring to a dish, or if you simply just need gravy. These are very, very handy, and I like to keep them in my cupboard for a quick addition. A lot of times when I'm at a loss for what to make for dinner, a lot of times I'll just say, okay, I need a veggie, a starch, and a protein. And I'll take what veggie, starch, and protein I have in my cupboard, and I'll kind of throw them together and make something up. And I've found that these gravy mixes are very handy to add a lot of flavor to my made-up dishes, and also to thicken things if it needs to be thickened. So I really do like to keep these in the cupboard. Another item that is a staple in my pantry is dried onion. I really like to keep this on hand. It's just really quick to grab out of my spice cabinet and sprinkle into a dish. Now, I do still chop fresh onions from time to time, but these are things that I add to just about everything I make as a seasoning, and then sometimes I will add fresh onion as well. But these are I would have to say pretty much everything I make, I add the dried onion to, or onion powder or garlic powder. So I really like to keep this on hand. I really like buying it in bulk like this. This is a 1 pound bag, and it will last me a long time. And then along the lines of seasonings, I picked up some more of this pizza seasoning. It's really good. We really like it in pizza, or we sprinkle it on the pizza, and we just like to add it to different like Italian type dishes that we make. And for some reason, I ordered 2 of them. I don't know why. I think it was an accident. But anyway, now I have plenty of pizza seasoning, and I did check my invoice and it did say 2. So I accidentally ordered 2. They didn't accidentally send me 2. But anyways, so now I have plenty of this. It's a good thing we really like it because we will definitely use it. And then the last like spice or seasoning that I purchased this time is some more of this vanilla powder. I just really like it. A little goes a long way. 1/4 of a teaspoon of this powder is the same as a teaspoon of liquid vanilla, and it's just more concentrated form, and it lasts a really long time, like I said, and I just really like to have it in my cupboard. And I just used the last of my last bottle last week, so I'm very thankful to be getting more in the mail today. Now the next items are more in the vitamin and supplement arena, or category I should say. This I buy every single month, and I've talked about it a lot. It's the saw palmetto. I buy this for Scott. It's for prostate health. If you have a man in your life, every man has a prostate and they need to keep it healthy. So saw palmetto is very good at prostate health and keeping the prostate healthy in the men of your life, in your life. I also picked up some more of this elderberry concentrate syrup. I've been taking this every single morning, and knock on wood, I have not gotten ill this season, and hopefully this will help prevent any kind of illness from happening. Vitacost was having a buy one get one half price sale on their elderberry juice, so I got 2. I go through about 1 bottle a month. Maybe 5 or 6 weeks it takes for me to get through a whole bottle. So now I know I won't have to order it again in March. And then the last item that I have previously ordered before and is a repurchase is some more of this slippery elm extract. Slippery elm is very, very good for IBS symptoms. It is very slippery, as in the name of it. It coats things well, and it coats your intestines and helps resolve any kind of inflammation that you might have in there, and it puts a barrier between the lining of your intestines and the food that you're eating. So it helps protect the lining of your intestines. It's also really good if you have a sore throat because it also coats the lining of your throat. I take slippery elm in capsule form, which I do get from Vitacost, but I didn't need to purchase any this month. And I've been taking slippery elm every day for years, ever since I was diagnosed with IBS, and it does help. And I noticed that when I stop taking it for whatever reason, whether I feel like I don't need it, or, because when you start feeling better, you think, oh, I don't need to take these because I'm better. Or if I run out and I can't get any more very quickly, I do notice that a lot of pain and just feeling unwell will flare back up when I'm not taking slippery elm. I bought this slippery elm extract in liquid form for Olivia because she has just recently self-diagnosed herself with having IBS, and I do believe that she does have it because it does run in families, and she has very much the same symptoms that I have. So we're fairly confident that that is her problem, but she cannot swallow pills. She could if it's a mind thing in her mind. She doesn't think she can swallow pills if they're bigger than a certain size or if they're shaped a certain way. Hopefully she gets over that. But anyway, the slippery elm capsules that I take, she thinks are too big and she just can't swallow them. So I found slippery elm in liquid form, and this is for her, and she has been taking it. And when I first gave it to her, and this is a funny story about my silly daughter, when I first gave her the slippery elm, and I got her some fiber, and I got her some other things that I know work because they've worked for me, she was very dubious very dubious. Oh, that stuff's not gonna work, you know. And I said, just take it. Just take them every single day. I don't care if you think they work or not, just take them. So a couple weeks ago, she came up to me and said, Mom, I'm almost out of the slippery elm. And so I need you to get me some more. And then she said, and this is hilarious, she said, Mom, I think I've come to the conclusion about you, something about you. And I'm like, what? She said, I think you're a witch. And I'm like, what? And she's like, no, 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 not a bad witch, a good witch, like Glinda from the Wizard of Oz. And I'm like, I don't want to be called a witch of any form. I'm like, what are you talking about? She says, because as much as I hate to admit it, all your potions, talking about slippery elm and fiber and other things that I've given her to take, they really help. And I'm like, oh. And then she's like backed off. She's like, no, 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 not a witch, Mom, an apothecary. She said, because back in the day, before all this modern medicine and stuff, that's what they used. They used herbs and things to heal people, and they were called apothecaries. And I'm like, that's fine. You can call me an apothecary, but I don't want to be called a witch in any way, shape, or form. But I just thought that was hilarious, and I've loved telling that story to people, and everybody just really laughs. But I'm just really grateful that even though she was very dubious and like a non-believer in these herbs and things, that even though she did not have a positive mindset about it, that they still helped her. And so that proves to me that it's not just in my head that these things help, because someone who was completely opposed to the idea but took them anyway, they still helped her. So anyway, that's the funny story. My daughter, as quiet and reserved as she is, she really is a very funny person and has a very quirky sense of humor. She's just fun. Okay, so let's get on to the new purchases, things that I've never purchased before, and I'll start with some of the food items. The first thing is this sprouted wheat flour, and it's a 2-pound bag. I have dabbled in doing Trim Healthy Mama, and if you're not familiar with that, it's a way to eat. It's like a diet, but a way of life, not just something that you do to lose weight and then you go off of it and gain all your weight back. It's a way of life. And they include all of the food groups, but it's just when you eat them and how you eat them is basically the key to this program. And one of the things is that they suggest that you can still eat carbs, but it's better to eat sprouted grain carbs because they are slower to digest and they go into your bloodstream slower so that you're not getting insulin spikes. Because the key to this program is to keep your blood sugar levels even, keep them even, and to avoid high spikes and dips in your blood sugar. And so they suggest using sprouted grains. So I've been eating sprouted grain bread from Aldi and trying to do more of the whole wheat type of thing. And I found this sprouted wheat flour on Vitacost, so I thought, oh, I'm going to give this a try, you know, maybe make some pancakes or something out of it, and then I'll have my sprouted grain and still be able to eat some of the more things that if you made with white flour would really spike your blood sugar. So I thought I would give that a try. And then along those same lines of the sprouted grain thought, I found some of these snacks that are sprouted grain. They are pretzels. I love pretzels, but pretzels are they really do spike your blood sugar because they're made with white flour. And these were made with sprouted grains. And these are pretzel shells. No artificial colors or flavors, no added sugars or malts, no additives or preservatives, no trans fat, and they're made with organic sprouted whole wheat flour. Very few ingredients. Organic sprouted 100% whole wheat flour, organic extra virgin olive oil, sea salt, soda, and organic yeast. And that's all that are in these. So I thought I would give those a try. And then I also got the organic sprouted splits. And it's got the same ingredients as the others, but they're just in a different shape. So I thought those would make some really good snacks. I'll probably put some in a few in a baggie and take them to work. And yeah, hopefully it'll try to keep my blood sugar level even. So the last item in my haul today is a probiotic. I know they are very beneficial for everybody. You don't have to have gut problems or IBS or any of those types of things to benefit from probiotics. Now, these are the probiotics I've been taking. I got these from Walmart, and I thought, oh, they're great, 100 times better. They survive your gut, because that's the thing about it. They have to survive your stomach acids to actually get to your colon and your intestines to make a difference. And so I thought, oh, these are awesome, Well, I've been doing more research because I just feel like I'm still having as much as I do and as much food as I avoid, and all of the supplements and things that I take, and I'm trying to reduce my stress and all that, yada, yada, yada. As much of it as I'm doing, I'm still having too many IBS flares, and I'm just feeling too lousy. And I'm like, maybe my probiotic isn't good enough. So I started doing more research about probiotics. And in multiple places, I read this in multiple places, that not only do you need to have so many billion cultures in your probiotic, you need to have multiple strains of the bacteria, because probiotics are basically the good bacteria, and your gut has a lot of different bacteria that are in your colon and in your gut. And some of them are good bacteria and some of them are bad bacteria. And if the bad bacteria overwhelm the good bacteria, that's when you start having sickness, that's when you get ill and stuff like that. So you want your good bacteria to be more than your bad bacteria. And there's multiple different strains of good bacteria. So in your probiotic, you want to have at least 3 different strains of good bacteria in them, if not more. Is the more different strains of bacteria that are in your probiotic, the better. So I got to looking at this probiotic that I've been taking for probably a year now, and the first thing I noticed is it only has 1 strain of good bacteria in it. This has I can't pronounce it, but there's just 1 in there. And your probiotic has to have billions of live active cultures to make a difference, because it has to survive the environment of your stomach acid to get to your intestines to do any good. So if you have less than 1 billion live active cultures, the chances are not very many of them are going to actually survive your stomach environment. And here, come to find out, there's only 500 million viable cells in these. So I've been taking these and they're basically worthless. Actually, they're basically worthless. So because my stomach and my bowels and everything are so touchy, I didn't want to just jump right into something with 6 billion live cells and 50 different varieties of good bacteria. I want to kind of slowly ease my way into a more beneficial probiotic. So I found these on Vitacost. Now, I've taken the pearls before, but not specifically for women, which I don't know if that really makes that big a difference or not. But this one has 3 different strands of bacteria, and it has 1 billion cultures. 1 billion cultures. So it has twice as many cultures as this, and it has 3 times as many strains. I can't get that word right. Strains of bacteria than this. So I'm going to be switching to these. I'm going to take these for a while, and then I will find one that's a little stronger, and then I will introduce that. And I'm hoping that just by doing this one change, keep everything else in my diet the same and all my other supplements the same, but I'm hoping by just making this one change that I can reduce the frequency of my IBS flares and just feel better overall. So I will keep you posted on that, and hopefully this is a simple solution and it will make a big difference. All right, friends, that is my Vitacost haul. I didn't have a whole lot to share, but I did chat for a long time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my review on these products, and I hope that you will go to Vitacost.com and check them out. This is not a sponsored video. I purchased all of these items out of my own pocket, and I'm not being paid to endorse this company. Just have to add that. Thanks so much for watching, friends, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.